Ron's tarot reading services, and I know it's been a while since I've created a new video or whatever, but life has just kind of gotten in the way and has been really hectic lately. Been focusing a lot on doing some like witchy type crafts and just dealing with life, dealing with the opening and the closing of stuff due to the pandemic and everything. So, I hope you guys are doing well. It's really strange energy out there right now, and I've seen so many people on different forums just talking about like having this sense of dread or like feeling depressed or hyper angry or whatever. And there's a lot of planetary crap going on right now, as well as political and just whatever else. So remember to take time to ground and center and just do right by you first and foremost. I know that there's a lot of debate about COVID-19. Did you get the vaccination? Not get the vaccination? Should you have to wear a mask? Should you not have to wear a mask, or whatever else? And just do what's right by you. Okay? At the end of the day, you're not going to change anyone's mind. You're not going to change anyone's opinion. Just do what's right for you. And so that's something that I'm working on trying to bring into my life, is the fact that what is right for me, what is right for my family, is not the same thing as what is right for my neighbor or my neighbor's family. And I've just latched onto this bitter anger and hatred and just awe of it all, and I don't like that for myself. Like back in the day when I was young and practicing dark magics and stuff like that, I was all about that. And, a lot of that fed into that darker, magical existence that I was living at the time. And now that I am a practicing Grey Witch, I try to stay very neutral. Like, I try to stay like Switzerland, like not too far this way, not too far this way, just somewhere in the line. And, being human, it happens. You're going to have those days where you have your extreme ups and your extreme downs. And the best you can do is just do you. So, enough about that. One of the projects that I have undertaken is I started to create my own Lenormand deck. And if you don't know what a Lenormand deck is, or are you're just starting out with tarot reading and stuff, a Lenormand deck is this like old-fashioned way of reading cards. They're not a traditional tarot deck that follows like the Rider-Waite stance or has like the Tower or the Earth or so on and so forth, but they're more of a fortune-telling card or whatever, and they utilize the regular plain deck, the 52 card plain deck, and on each one they have like a certain little they have a number. So like this is the King of Spades, and the King of Spades correlates to the Bride, and the Bride is according to this deck, the Bride is ensures for the single person the fulfillment of their highest aims, when distance a turbulent marriage. And there's other ways they can get into this. And instead of like a traditional tarot layout where you have like the Celtic cross or any number of things, you actually lay these out in a square pattern. One of the most simplest forms of the square pattern is like 3 or 4 cards crossed, 3 or 4 cards down, 3 or 4 cards across. So you're like making a little square with a big square around it. The inside square is like your present, talking about what's going on right now. In timelines, it's from now to 3 to 6 months from now. The outer square is your distant future, which is talking about your time period from um, that 6 month marker to like a year or so out from there. Um, and I've been using a Lenormand deck for years. It first came this deck. This is the Gypsy Witch deck. Actually came into my life when I was about 14 or 15. I connected with it. I understood it. I felt drawn to it, and I am pretty damn surgical with it. Um, there's times where it will like just not make sense to me, and I've learned that I have to trust my intuition and connect with my spirit guides and whatever else a lot of times to make this coherent. Um, and as I lay it out, you get it starts to tell a story. And my reading style is that when I lay it out, it tells me a story. And as I'm reading the cards, images are forming in my mind. And every once in a while, I'll hear like a voice or like something will like, you really got to do this. You really got to do this. Doing this is going to help you do XYZ. So make sure you do this. And I find that I harp on things a lot, or at least that's what other like my clients have told me is you really harped on the fact that I needed to do this, 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 and this. And I'm like, okay, well, that's part of my reading style, and I found that that's what you need to hear. So I've created my own deck. I don't know if I'm going to put it up for sale as of yet, but I just started my own deck, and I'm really excited to one, get it printed off, and two, to actually try to use it in a reading to see if it's just as accurate as what these cards are. Um, because what I did with mine is I used imagery that made sense to me. And then on the Lenormand deck, there's always going to be like this, well, not on all of them, but on this particular deck, there's just a little blurb here talking about, the sun near signifies happiness and popularity, near snakes, mice, and dark side of clouds presents vexation. So what I did with my deck is I turned around and I worded it differently for how I read the card. So like when I was creating the sun card, I put in my meaning of how when I put it down, that's how I interpret it. So that should be kind of interesting to see how that works out. And yeah, so that's one of the things that I've been kind of playing around with. The other thing that I've been doing is I love colognes and perfumes. Like, I have an obsession with them. And I always like to wear different fragrances and fragrances that are not unique to men. Like, if I smell a perfume and I like it, I'm all about it. Um, One of my favorite perfumes is actually Victoria's Secret Love Spell, and I just found um this kind of knockoff. Well, it is a knockoff of Michael Kors, and it's called Magic Love, and it's it's inspired by Michael Kors's Midnight, and this stuff smells so freaking amazing. Like, if I had a girlfriend and she wore that, yeah, just wow. But I've also been playing around with making my own scents and fragrances, and um, I just recently made. I thought I had this right here, but I just recently made my own uh spritzer spray, And this has the most unique um summertime smell to it. It's very citrusy, very earthy, um, and stupidly simple to make. And I this is like my fourth bottle that I've made using the ingredients that I picked up, and I'll have a link to it in the description below. But um, yeah, it has just, and you could also use this as a protection or spiritual cleansing, um, because of the methodology created in making it. So the very first thing that I used to create my own cologne, I haven't called it anything special yet, but I went and I used Florida water. This is the Murray and Lake Landman's Florida water, one of the most accessible versions of Florida water that you can find out on the market. This huge bottle cost me less than $4. You can usually find them at like um, Santeria shops, spiritual shops, in Hispanic marketplaces. Sometimes you can find it out Walmart, um, but it's really good. It's like this Caribbean scent to it. It's got like bay leaf and if it has any of, no, it doesn't say exactly what's in here, but it's a strong, fresh scent. Kind of heavy on the alcohol aspect of it at first because it is an alcohol based cologne, but in Hispanic witchcraft and like Afro European what witchcraft and things like that, this is actually used for like driving out spirits and repelling negative energies and stuff like that. So the next thing that I did is I added that to this stuff here, and this is Cortez Orange Blossom Water. Now, this is usually found in um, ethnic or authentic markets. Um, it's a Lebanese product, and it is um, extract of orange blossoms. And if you've ever smelled an orange tree one in blossom, it is the most gorgeous aroma. Very, very musky and earthy and citrusy. Um, it kind it kind of smells like sweet, wet dirt in the very best possible manner. But once you have it atomized, it takes on a whole nother floral bouquet, and it's just gorgeous. Um, I picked this up at my local co-op in like the international food section, and it was $1.99 or $3.99. Honestly, I can't remember, but one of these bottles lasts for freaking ever, and you can use this directly as a cologne. There's actually a drink you make with this where you just add this to some water and ice and a little bit of sugar, and you mix it all up, and it like makes this Lebanese coffee. Is actually exactly what I think it's called. Um, yeah, Yeah, white Lebanese coffee. For a caffeine-free aromatic hot drink, simply add 5 tablespoons of orange blossom water and 3 tablespoons of sugar to 2 cups of hot water. Stir well until sugar is dissolved. Pour into a small coffee cup and serve hot. I've never tried it, um, but it can't be horrible, right? Or it could be. Who knows? The other one that I have is rose water. Same exact principle as the orange blossom, but this is rose extract. And this also has a summertime drink. It says add 2 tablespoons of rose water to 1 tablespoon of sugar to a glass of water and ice cubes. Stir really well. And now the rose water is just that. It's rose water. Um, kind of like a rose essential oil. Has a very fragrant uh, rose aroma. Um, I haven't used this in a cologne as of yet, because rose is just one of those smells that I don't care for. Like, I love the look and the smell of a real rose, but that like kind of rose perfume smell, don't really care for it. But this, both of these, you can find in like ethnic stores, or in sometimes you can find them at a co-op or whatever, but I'll leave links to both of these. The orange blossom is my absolute favorite because I love that citrus smell. And so what I did is I just mixed a little bit the of the Florida water, which is already a clone by itself, with some of the orange blossom water. You come up with this. Now, this is a brand new bottle, so it's going to be this like lemonade yellow color, but it'll eventually dissipate and change for the better. I think this one also has a little bit of extra, like an extra oil or something added to it. But yeah, like you can see, well, it might not come up all that well, but yeah, there's a difference. So this one is made with a couple of different ingredients than this one is, but both are really potent. Not like that strong, grab you by the throat, potent, just really good smelling. And like I said, because of the properties of the orange blossom water and the properties of the Florida water, this right here is a very powerful negative, um, negative emotion, negative energy repellent, and can be used as a spiritual wash and cologne. So, a lot of great things with that. And these little bottles you can pick up on um, Amazon, or if you have a dollar store around you, you can pick them up from there. But these are perfect. Also, these are those that travel size. So I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that if you get one of these, that you can travel with it. But I'm not 100% sure, but it's under 8 ounces of liquid, so I think you can. So, anyways, how have y'all been? Um, do you want me to start doing more just random check-in videos? How do you want me to do like how-to videos? Do you want me to talk about spell work? Um, you know, what kind of videos would you like for me to see? Give me some answers in the questions comment section down below. So far, out of all the videos that I've created, the urine magic video seems to be the one that like has blown up the most. So, do you want to see more videos on like utilizing everyday household items or whatever? Let me know. So for the spell in this video that I'm going to go over is something stupid simple, but extremely powerful and effective. So we all know that a hairbrush is a witch's best friend. Especially if you're going over to someone's house and you want to cast a spell on them or whatever, there's always usually hair in a hairbrush. But conversely, what if it's your hairbrush? So, a long time ago, I was taught this simple incantation that nullifies anything that is not directly connected to your body at the moment. And so it would be like taking the hair out of the brush when you go to throw it away and just saying, that which is not part of me has no power over me. A simple command, a simple spell, just that which has no power over me, that which is not connected to me has no power over me. Any ties to me are hereby null and voided, and then you can safely throw your hair away. And I have actually tried this out multiple times, and it has worked. And so whenever I clean out my hair, that's the first thing I do is I say that little incantation. That which has that which is no longer part of me has no power over me. I do that every time I trim my nails. I do that every time I clean out my hairbrush. I do that every time that I like throw out a new toothbrush or whatever else. And very simple, very powerful, very effective. Now you can make an entire like ritual based around that, but just that simple command and focusing on that like tie between you and that item being severed. Then that way your hair, your personal item can no longer be um, utilized. Now, there are going to be some people out there that's like, well, that's not exactly how that works or whatever, but remember, magic is yours. Make it work for you. If you have that built in and you utilize that phrase with all of your heart and all of your intention and you put your energy behind it, it's going to work for you. So, you know, try it out. Um, if nothing else, it's just another added step in defensive magic and keeping yourself safe. Um, you could also wash the hair out in salt water or holy water or even moon water and take the hair out of it while it's still wet and then put that blessing over it that um, one, it has no power over you, or that you are protecting it, and then you can take your clump of hair and take it outside and actually plant it in one of your plants or just bury it. What I like to do is every so often I will take a bunch of my hair and I'll cut it up really fine and I'll stick it in my house plants because the nutrients and everything from your hair helps plants grow. So that's just another way to like kind of recycle your energy and keep things going that way. And also helps you work on your earth witchy stuff. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section down below. Make sure you head over to the website, mroveron.com. And if you would like a tarot reading or something, please shoot me an email, mroveron@gmail.com. Or you can head on over to the website, and there's ways to get readings done there. Readings are only $20 US, and they're done virtually or over the phone or through private message. So, whatever works out the best for you. And until then, I will see y'all later. Bye, witches.